Hello, I'm Patrick from the Xyna team. This tutorial will cover the concept of storables in Xyna. In the previous tutorials, we have always created new instances of data types in workflows. For example, this workflow gave us a list of vehicles. But Xyna can also persist instances of data type in a database. To achieve this, we must make the data type a so-called storable. This changes the superclass of the type to a special one that comes with Xyna. Subclasses of storable data types are also supported. A storable needs a unique identifier that is used for the corresponding database table. You can make one of the members a unique identifier, which would make sense when it represents something like a serial number. When you don't manually give a member this role, Xyna will automatically add a variable for that purpose during deployment of the data type. You can also see additional information about how the member is stored in the database in this table. For more details about that and how to configure the usage of a database, see the Xyna wiki on GitHub. To work with storables, you need to add steps to a workflow that can be found over here. Let's create a workflow that stores vehicles for our carpool. To that end, the step store storable is used. The step gets a storable data type as an input. In this case, we use a vehicle. You can also set additional parameters, which we will leave turned off. For more information about those, see the Xyna wiki. Executing the workflow will persist the instance of the data type. Now let's retrieve the persisted data. This can be done in the same workflow or another one. For that purpose, the step query storable is used. Drag and drop the data type you want to query onto the output of this step. Here we could also set filter criteria, select specific members to retrieve via a selection mask, define a sorting order, and limit the number of returned instances. So far, we have only stored one instance, so there is no need for any of those. Every time we launch this workflow, we get the persisted vehicles matching the query. With only one vehicle, this isn't much of a carpool, so let's store additional ones. To achieve that, we add another store step. Now let's query our carpool again. You can see that we also get the new car. But there's a problem. The old one is now stored twice. This is because we executed the store step for that one again. When persisting a storable without specifying a value for the unique identifier, Xyna stores a new instance for it. To solve this, let's modify the workflow so that it starts with deleting the whole carpool. We query it and call a delete step for every instance, like this. Now we end up with only one instance for every vehicle. Adding storable instances can also be done in other ways. For example, a workflow could parse a CSV file and call a store step for every entry. Furthermore, we can manage storable instances in the factory manager. Here we can inspect and modify them, as well as add or delete instances. Let's use it to insert another car. Calling our query workflow again shows us an updated list. Changing existing instances is also possible in workflows. To demonstrate this, let's create a workflow that refills every car in the carpool. We start by querying all of them again. This gives us a list of vehicles. Now we iterate over it and change the fill level percentage to 100 on all of them. The modified vehicles are then stored again with a store step. Because the unique identifier is already set, Xyna overrides the existing instances instead of storing new ones. Let's execute the query workflow once more. All the cars have been completely refilled and are ready to go. Yay! Now it's your turn to experiment with Storables. Enjoy and feel free to contact us when you have further questions.